Hello everyone, Danny here with co-host Moose, hanging out outside, soaking in some much needed sunshine. I'm so excited to be jumping in again. I can't believe it's Tuesday already. These weeks are just flying by for another Tough Love Tuesday. There's so much for us to be present with. Hello everyone, can you guys hear and see me now? I think I went too far from the Wi-Fi. Uh-oh. Okay, the sun's behind a cloud now. So, Tough Love Tuesday, okay? I want to just jump right in today. There's a couple things that I was sitting with this morning, a couple things that I really wanted to talk about and really wanted to share with all of you. But what's really coming up for me today, and this is actually some conversations that I've had recently with actually a couple of my clients, and as I'm getting started with my next program right now, this is a conversation that's coming up. So here's the thing. Most of us hold back our happiness and our joy and our light. And it's such an interesting phenomenon. And here's the tough love, because I'm willing to bet you're doing this in your life too. And the phenomenon that's going on, on a societal level is that, we're taught and told constantly not to be too much of anything, right? Don't be too smart. Don't be too loud. Don't be too fun. Don't be too joyful. Don't be too happy. All these things that, I was taught growing up big time. I was always taught, don't be too sensitive. Don't be too loud. And, all these things that our society enforces on us to really just be average and to stay somewhere in the middle of everything, right? It's like we can't overdo it, and we can't be fully ourselves in a way, and it's really holding us back in such a big way. You guys are getting a full tour of my house here, the outside anyway. So here's what I want to share with you today, right? Is this truth, and I want you to sit with this and really feel into if you're doing this for yourself, in holding back your happiness and your joy and not allowing yourself to fully feel it when you are. And one of the biggest things that I see, and I'm going to share with you in a minute, my realization with this and doing this in my own life, but in comparing ourselves to others and noticing that even when things are great in our life and we are happy and we are really joyful, we don't allow ourselves to show it because other people maybe close to us or our family that we live with aren't happy or aren't joyful or aren't in that place. So we hold back on our own joy and happiness and showing it and letting it bubble up with laughter and dancing and silliness and however that's coming up for you, because someone around us is sad or someone around us is going through depression or really struggling, and we feel like by holding back our joy we get to not make them feel bad, right? And it's so backwards, because what the person needs more than anything is for you to show up with all of your light and all of your joy and all of your happiness. And I see this in not just with happiness, but in all areas of life. We kind of walk around with this belief that, well, if others are suffering, I should suffer too. If others, can't afford things, then I shouldn't afford things either. And, it's so backwards, because, like I said, the truth is when we can fully step into ourselves, our power, our light, our joy, our happiness, and embrace it and share it with the world, that's how we bring other people up. That's how we all raise our vibration and support the world. And we've got a acrobat going on here behind us, stealing the show. So that's what I really wanted to share with you today. And, my journey through this, I've been, on my inward journey for the last 5 years or so. And I really actually had an eye-opening moment about 2 years ago when I was at a ceremony. And actually, I think it was after the ceremony, someone that I'd never met before came up to me and we connected, and, I asked how her experience was and she asked mine, and she said how intimidated she was when she first met me, because I was so happy and joyful and friendly, and I was saying hi to everyone who came in, like that's my personality, and I was just in a really good space, and I was sharing that, and for her it was a huge trigger because she wanted to be in that space that I was, but she wasn't. So for her it was really intimidating being in that space, and in that moment I really realized, like, wow, I actually do hold back a lot of my light. I mean, in that situation I didn't, but because of the feedback I've gotten my whole life it could be triggering for other people when I am really happy. And it seems so bonkers because I have the right to be happy and I should be happy. And I'm sharing with all of you now because I've been through this last year as well. There's been some really amazing things that have happened in my life last year, and the world is suffering. And it's such an interesting conundrum to get in, and I've noticed myself holding back in that, well, don't share all these amazing things that are going on for me because I know so many people are struggling with the pandemic and losing their jobs and really having a hard time. And as I work through that, I realize, like, the more that I can share my joy, as well as the bad days I have, by the way. I'm actually having an off day today, which is totally normal. And, it's not all happiness and joy, but when good things happen and we are feeling happy and joyful, we should allow it to flow. And, this is still a practice for me. If I'm having a great day and I'm just feeling amazing, I want to dance in the grocery store. I want to sing in my car or out loud. I want to share that with the world instead of hiding it and keeping myself small and stuck. So I want to share that with all of you, and I want that to be kind of your reflection piece for the week, and really starting to be aware of where are you maybe holding back on your happiness, and where are you not fully allowing yourself to feel it because of the other people around you or because of societal pressures. Like, where are you actually doing that? So I want to call a stop to that for all of us. No more holding back. If you're feeling joyful, if you're having an amazing day, have an amazing day. Tell everybody about it. Share it and really, embody it. Dance it out. Feel it. Scream. Sing from the top of your lungs. Do whatever it is that, makes you feel incredible, instead of holding back. And I think this is one of the big pieces, that so many of us hold back. And then we end up turning to food for happiness, right? We turn to food for that dopamine hit, or to give us, that little kick that maybe we're looking for that isn't really real or sustainable. So really tapping into that happiness that we feel. And it's important for me to say, as I wrap things up here, that I'm not saying that you should be happy all the time. That's not how life works. Like I just said briefly, I'm kind of having a really funky day myself today, just energetically and emotionally, and I'm just being with it. And that's okay. But when you do feel happiness, just be aware and at least, start reflecting on, hey, am I holding back? Am I not fully allowing myself to feel this? One of the big things that I've seen with my clients is we talk about opening up emotionally, and it's not just emotionally to the uncomfortable emotions. There's a big part of us that holds back from the happy emotions as well. So we can just stay quote unquote average and normal. And this is, something that's kind of reinforced throughout our lives over and over again, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I really want you to sit with that and see, where are you maybe holding yourself back? Where are you maybe catching yourself doing this and not really fully feeling what you deserve to feel? And whether it's, the heavy emotions or the happiness and the joy and the light that you have within you. So let's start sharing it with the world, because that's how we're all going to benefit, and we're all going to support each other, and we're all going to raise each other up. So, I want you to commit to that with me today, right here. So there's your little piece of tough love, that you're probably holding back your happiness. I am feeling quite happy right now when I watch this guy run around. He just came running over. Oh, there he goes. See? I mean, and look to animals and children. And, they're such amazing teachers who remind us to be in the moment and remind us to just feel joy and frolic. I mean, Moose is just frolicking right now with joy. And we can take a big lesson from that. So here's your permission to frolic with joy. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in live with me and coming for a little outdoor tour. It's really cold. I'm going inside now, but so grateful to have all of you here. And I can't wait to hear in the comments below, let me know if this is something that's coming up for you. Do you notice yourself holding back, on your joy and your happiness and sharing your light with the world? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys again next week. Same time, same place. Bye.